All right, family. Black Power. Black Power is the truth hour with General Sarasun Seti. Kick back, get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. We back with the verses. You see the deities, the gods of the African world, the verses. We got a powerful one today, Shango versus Ogun, and this ain't gonna be nice. You feel what I'm saying? More or less when we had the verses we looking at technically the spiritual attributes of each orisha, each netta. So it's not really a verses in that sense, but it is a verses. You see, so we don't want both. We're not looking for it to be a loser. You see what I'm saying? We are looking at the attributes and how the attributes of each netta orisha can be used by the individual African spiritualist for the embetterment and the advancement of self. You feel what I'm saying? Before we get started, make sure you get over there to the Patreon. We just dropped Hitler in ancient Egypt. Man, we got some powerful information in that. Is up there right now on Patreon with over 500 exclusive live stream. Get over to kingseti.com. Official General SETI DVDs, T-shirts, hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry. Also, you could become a member of YouTube right here. My YouTube, General SETI, Sarasun SETI. Get access to a lot of exclusive material. And please give this video a thumbs up. Like it because you love it. Share it with your family and friends. Comment. Just don't say nothing stupid because you will be banned. So here we go, family. Now, some, Brother Black chemistry then put in there already that, Shango will take him out in the first round. Yeah, it might be. You know what I'm saying? Ogun got some power too. He got that metal work. You feel what I'm saying? Got that weaponry, and go to that weaponry on you. You feel what I'm saying? But we gonna look and see what it is and what's the different attributes. Now, who is Shango? Okay, who is Shango? Shango is one of the most powerful. You see, one of the most powerful of the Orishas. You see, in the divine Yoruba spiritual system of West Africa, he is the Orisha of thunder. You see, lightning, fire, justice, masculinity, and kingship, a force of raw authority and cosmic power. Man got he already got a hell of a resume right there. You see what I'm saying? Orisha of thunder, lightning, fire, justice, masculinity, and kingship. A force of raw authority and cosmic power. So you already know we tapping into Shango. We got to tap in. You see, for the brotherhood, got to tap in. He got to be the first one. You got to tap into. You got to tap into that Shango. Shango is unique because he is believed to have been a real historical king of Oya. So he much like Osiris. You see, old Oya Empire, later deified after death due to his extraordinary power and legacy. This makes him both man and God, a ruler who became divine. Who became divine. So Shango, very powerful that he was a man who was made deity. That was almost like Imhotep. Also a man that became deity, He was so powerful in his achievements as far as his, building and for being a physician, also poet, even also in a high priest, a patah. So, this man had, he was a master of 6 or 7 arts. And so they made him a deity. His powers and attributes, we talking about Shango controls thunder and lightning. So they, Shango is in that league of thunder gods, Zeus, Baal, you got Jupiter, And he's in that Thor. He's in that League of Thunder God. Wheels fire from the sky as divine judgment, associated with justice and truth. Indeed, lies, anger, Shango. So you already know. You can't be up there with no forked tongue because he gonna get you. Represent royal authority, command, and charisma. So we got to most definitely tap into the Shango. If lightning strikes a house and Yoruba belief is not random, it's Shango judging. So if your crib gets struck by lightning, somebody in there ain't right. Somebody in there ain't right. You ain't done. You doing wrong. You understand? And you're gonna have to find out who it is because you ain't gonna keep taking too many. You ain't gonna keep taking too many of them lightning strikes. Sacred symbols, the double-headed axe. Now that's crazy because that double-headed axe go back into ancient times, even into the Medunata. It go back into the Medunata, and it means the same thing. Kingship, authority. But here, double-headed axe, I think it's Osei, balance, justice, duality. His colors is red and white. His sacred number is 6. The sacred drum of Bata, and his sacred animal is the ram, which is also sacred to the great Egyptian Neteru Amen. The ram is also sacred to Amen. And so Shango is worshipped all over the world, throughout the African diaspora. He's been worshipped in Brazil, Cuba, Trinidad, and in other areas in the islands. So his power has even come across the ocean. You see, and so across all traditions, his essence is the same: power, rhythm, and divine fire. Okay, and so now Ogun is one of the oldest and most foundational Orisha in the Yoruba spiritual system of West Africa. He is the Orisha of iron, war, tools, technology, labor, roles, and transformation, the force that makes civilization possible. So it's almost, you have to tap into both simultaneous. You see, you had to tap into both of them, Shango and Ogun. There's no way you could tap. You can't. You got to tap into them both simultaneous. You can't do without them. Either or. You see what I'm saying? If you take the power of Shango and you infuse it into Ogun, then you almost unstoppable. You're almost unstoppable. You got the fire with Shango, the masculinity, the kingship. You got you got all the fire and energy that you need. And then with Ogun, you got the iron, which you is everything. You know what I'm saying? That's everything. Your war, your tools, your technology, your labor, road, transformation, all of that. You got to have him to pop off civilization. You see, and you got to have the power of Shango to infuse it in there to make sure that it's a fire civilization that is gonna last, is gonna be enduring. You see what I'm saying? And so Ogun is the first pathfinder. You feel what I'm saying? The Yoruba tradition, Ogun is the first Orisha to clear the wilderness so humans and other Orisha could follow. So he paved the way. You see, when the earth was a forest and he came down with the weaponry, he came down with the tools to clear it out, to establish civilization. You see, so before kings, temples, or cities, Ogun cut the road. So you got to have Ogun is the pathfinder. You got to, you know what I'm saying? Shango couldn't do that part. He couldn't do that part. Ogun had to cut the road. He had to come down here and pave the way. That's why he rules roads and crossroads, blacksmith, and so he much like Ptah. You know what I'm saying? He much like Ptah, weapons and tools, because Ptah is also the Netaru of craftsmen. You see, in that same way, he is the Netaru of craftsmen, industry, machines, and modern technology. So Ogun is all powerful too. Both of them is just different aspects of the complete being that you cannot do without either or. You feel me? You cannot do without either or. You will be most definitely lacking and most definitely incomplete. You know, you be incomplete. Powers and attributes, absolute mastery over iron and metal, patron of warriors, blacksmiths, engineers, surgeons, that's powerful, man. That's real powerful right there. Represents discipline, endurance, and action. Turns chaos into structure through labor. Where Shango strikes from the sky, Ogun works hand to hand. You see, he works hand to hand. So he gonna get he gonna have something for you. You know what I'm saying? He gonna have some of that weaponry on you. And we need that. You got to take that fire Shango and then put some of that weaponries in our hand. Well, you know, and it ain't all but the tools, you know, to cut the stone and carve the stone and to construct the great megalithic structures and civilization that we put down here. You know, so we most definitely had to tap in the Ogun, you know, to construct the megalithic structures that we see in the Nile Valley and all over Africa. Sacred symbols, the machete, you know how people love to have that machete. They got the, you know what I'm saying? I got 2 or 3 of them myself. Need to give me another one. Got to have that machete. You know what I'm saying? I used to come to the door. I always had a machete right there in my hand, sharp, just in case, you know what I'm saying? I had to go to work, you know. You know, I had the 2, 3 machetes. You feel me? Sword, the anvil where you put that metal, that hot metal on the anvil, and then you take that hammer and bang it, and you design and whatever it is, tools, weapons, whatever it is. You see the sacred number of Ogun is 7 offerings, palm, iron, and iron tools. That's a lot of time. You come in and you'll see the pot. You see what I'm saying? You see that iron pot that you have in the corner. They put all type of iron work, you know what I'm saying, inside the pot, and that's what it is, and so that's in honor of Ogun. Iron tools are not just tools. They're Ogun's body, you see, so that's a part of his body. So Ogun across the diaspora, he's also in all through the diaspora. So most of the Orishas have come across the water one way or another, and I believe they pretty much keep the same name. You see what I'm saying? Same essence, iron, struggle, and survival. Okay, so with the African guys, it's just we just comparing, we not at all, in essence, there ain't gonna be no, because these is like chakras inside of us, and there's no way you gonna be a complete individual without all the chakras. You see, there's no way you're gonna be a complete man without Shango or Ogun. So at the end of the day, Shango represents thunder, lightning, fire from the sky, justice, kingship, moral principality, kingship, being, on your throne. You feel me? Providing justice for the people. You see, justice. You got to provide justice for the people. That's a part of the kingship. The thunder, the lightning, that's that energy. That's that, the all powerful energy that you infuse in your aspect of masculinity, raw divine force. And I like the fact they say divine force, overwhelming energy. When it's time to, you might have the weaponry, but then you might not have that. You might not have the Shango. You can lose with the weaponry. But if you got the raw divine force, you got the overwhelming energy, You see, you got all of that, and you infused it into the weaponry and all the aspects of Ogun. You undefeatable. You feel me? In all essence, you're undefeatable. And so his strengths, commands, lightning that can level cities, power comes straight from the heavens, hard to block, associated with kingship and divine authority, emotional force, rage fuels destruction. Okay, weakness, and so explosive, impulsive, power strikes big, but not always precise. You see, so that means you can have that kind of power. You got to be disciplined because you could be very destructive with power like that. So it's all about channeling your energy and power so that you're in control of that and you're not a recluse. You see what I'm saying? Just savage and destruct, not but more or less destructive. How you can go into a rage. Ogun, Iron War, tool, strategy, technology. See, you need that. The strategy, you got the power, but you need that strategy. You see, you need the weaponry, you technology. We need all of that. We need all that power, style, precision, endurance, inevitability. His strengths, master of iron weapons, armor. Need that. Machines, strategic discipline, relentless. Represent civilization itself. We must have civilization. Roads, warfare, industry can adapt and outlast. You see, so at the end of the day, there is no, the both are the winners. You see, when you have when you let me see there. Yeah, yeah. I'm tapping in. I'm just tapping in, and so I'm not going. I'm just coming in on the back end. I'm just coming in on the back end, and I'm not. If y'all in the comments, and I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and do your thing in them comments. But anyway, family, we giving homage to Shango and Ogun. Both are necessary to be a complete king in this day and age, you know what I'm saying, of all the necessary areas in which we need to advance our people. So most definitely tap in to both ORISHAs, Shango and Ogun. I'll see y'all soon. Make sure y'all get over there to my Patreon. We did the Hitler and ancient Egypt, the Germans, what they was doing in Egypt. What did they get out of Egypt? We must know this, and you will be surprised. But anyway, I appreciate y'all being here, family. Arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked beast daily. Liberation through African education and confrontation. Boom. Black power.